Hey, you guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of Tips with T. On today, I have Mr. Ron with us. Mr. Ron, how are you doing today?
You know what? Tiara, I'm really good. But do you know that even before this current pandemic situation, that 75 to 80% of the world's population was dealing with stress?
I did not know that, but I can just imagine how much of an increase in stress that we're really having during this time.
You're absolutely right. And one of the biggest concerns or issues is our body's incredibly resilient. So it adapts to the point where we don't really know that we're feeling that stress.
Mm-hmm.
Our body's that good. But it raises its head when we get into a crisis situation.
Yeah. So I'm glad you hit on stress during this time. So apparently you deal a lot with stress, but tell us more about yourself and what you do.
I'm a high performance stress relief coach. Stress is my lead, and truly, if we could get stress under control, we could change our lives incredibly. To be honest with you, I'm irrationally passionate about helping people learn how to use their God-given gifts that they misuse every day so they can create the business, the life, and the career they really want and deserve. That's my passion.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go back to the stress where you were talking about during this time, during this pandemic. So can you walk us through your stress level techniques that can help us reduce stress? I know you told us or you told me before, different techniques that we can do to reduce stress in 60 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my passions is studying neuroscience and quantum physics, and in doing that, to really help myself on a part of my journey, I found some very simple techniques that everyone can use and learn quite simply. There's one that I really like, and I affectionately call it the 60-second stress buster. And if it's okay with you, I'd love to take your audience through that exercise if we could.
That's awesome.
Well, let me explain the exercise. It's a combination of breathing with a little visualization with it. And it's an exercise that has been actually used by very elite military and law enforcement agencies around the world. When they get into a crisis situation, they need that clarity and focus, because many times there could be lives at stake, and they need to know exactly what they're doing. The technique goes like this. You breathe in to a 4 count, and as you breathe in, you see the air going through your nostrils and down into your lungs. At that point, you hold it in your lungs to a 4 count, see it circulating around. You breathe out to a 4 count and see that air exiting your nostrils and coming out in front of you, and you hold it out to a 4 count. That's just about 16 seconds. So we're going to do that 4 times. Now, before I take you through the exercise, pay attention to your thoughts. Where is your mind? Are your thoughts racing? Are they calm? Are you thinking this guy's crazy? This is never going to work? Whatever you're thinking, that's okay. Don't try to do anything, just be aware of it. The next thing, please scan your body to see if you're holding stress. Everyone holds stress in a different part of their body. It might be in your forehead, around your eyes, the back of your neck, your shoulders. Some people may be in their chest or in their abdomen. So just quickly scan your body and see if there's a place you may be holding stress. Now, let's take one deep breath, and then I'm going to walk you through the exercise. So let's breathe in and let it out. Okay, here we go. Now let's breathe in through the nostrils to a 4 count. Ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Hold it in. Exhale. Hold it out. One more time now. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 2, 3. Now, Tiara, that was just about a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you, Tiara, I'm going to put you on the spot. How are your thoughts?
My thoughts have cleared doing the reps. I just let everything go just by breathing out. But then I was able to kind of feel where most of my stress I've been holding in. I think I hold most of my stress in my chest. So I can feel my chest actually kind of releasing.
Nice. Nice. The research shows that about 95% of the people who do this will get relief. One of the things I suggest to all my clients is to use this as a part of your morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to start your day, especially when you get up and you have a big day in front of you. Start it with this exercise. And the nice thing about it, you can do this for longer than a minute. I actually, when I first found this, I started it with a minute. And then the first week I did it for 5 minutes. The next week I did it for 10 minutes. I actually worked myself up to, I shouldn't say up, I worked myself to a total of about 30 minutes. And it was extremely calming and extremely relaxing. Now, I don't do it that long now, but here's the beauty. Once you start doing this, let's say you do it for maybe 3, 4, 5 days, you'll find that your cell memory in your body is going to respond. So it'll respond very quickly, just in 60 seconds. A lot of my clients also, I use it during their workday. I suggest they set their phone for about every 2 hours, stop what you're doing, and do the exercise. The clients who do this after about 3 or 4 days, they tell me that in the afternoon, they no longer have that afternoon stress or crash, around 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, back in the days when we were still commuting, they said they went home with plenty of energy. So they had time for their family, for friends, workout, or whatever activities that they had.
Well, that's awesome. And that's a good practice for me, especially with somebody I think that has anxiety and things of that nature. It can help reduce anxiety once they start breathing, doing that breathing technique.
It's excellent for that, as you observed. And the other thing, that I like to do personally, I'll do that before I go to bed, because any stress you've picked up through the day, it's a great way just to let it go. So it really is a good technique to help you sleep.
Awesome. So how can we focus on our values and visions and goals during this time with everything going on?
With all the changes that's going on, Tiara, it's truly a new world. What we were able to do in our business career and lives in 2019 is not working in 2020. The basic principles, the fundamentals are still the same. Where we have to start is, let's look at your vision. We need to make sure your vision, your values, and your goals are still applicable, that you can still reach them in this new economy. And here's the other thing I want to point out. This economy is still evolving. So we're going to have to be fluid, because as things unfold over the next year, year and a half, 2 years, it's going to be a big readjustment. So we have to take a look at your vision, your values, and your goals. Are they still relevant? How do we change them? My vision is to help my clients create a world where we can have fun, be profitable, and support one another as a community. We were put on this earth as humans. That's the only race is on the planet, are humans. And humans help one another. They come from the heart. And I'm looking to build a heartfelt community. So we got to start with the vision, your values. We got to see where you are. The next step, we have to evaluate what's happened to your business, what's happened to your career, what's happened to your life. Is it on track? Are there some adjustments we need to make? Then what we have to do is put together a plan. You know, how do we adjust where you want to go? And whatever adjustments to your goals, your vision, your mission, we need to put that in place. So that's the key right now. We basically need to download new software. Mm-hmm. It's just another way of making sure our mindset is staying up with what's happening. And things are happening very, very fast. So we need a new download. And by reevaluating your vision, your goals, and your values, this is going to help you determine what download you need. And it's all really around habits. We need to really be proactive because the fundamentals of business hasn't changed. Exactly how we're going to reach our audience has changed. Is it going to be online? If you're brick and mortar, that's a whole different story. So those are the things we evaluate to move forward.
Well, awesome. Awesome. I definitely think we do need to start doing those things, learning ways that we can find ways for, I say, improvement, because things now are changing. I think this is going to be our new norm for a while. So a lot of us have to learn how to readjust. And some people, they get stressed about it because a lot of people are not very willing to take on the change. They tend to reject change instead of accept change. So to them, it can be a lot stressful. But just like you said, just going back and looking at your vision and your values and your goals can really help a lot and can help to reduce that stress.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, we're kind of it's kind of an irony because on one hand, we are creatures of habit. We don't really like change. On the other hand, change is the only constant that we deal with. Mm-hmm. Everything's changing whether we like it or not. And we either have to keep up or we're going to get behind. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, we don't need this current situation we're dealing with to realize that. One of the things that's important that we do need to realize, the change is happening faster now than it's ever happened for many, many years. And we have to find a way to stay up with it. Our personal life, our career, and our business is, as you just said, it's going to evolve and continue to evolve for the next several months. And we have to have that ability to evolve with it. When you're in that mode of change, you can really capitalize on it if you're able to stay up with it. And that's my goal, to help people to capitalize on this change, because this is still a time where fortunes will be made. And you have to position yourself to be able to do that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mr. Ron, so much for being on the show today. Tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you if they want to render your services. And I will definitely share the screen so I can share your social handles.
Yeah, do that, please. And you know, the best way to get a hold of me is on LinkedIn, or you can reach me at my email. It's ron@goldentrailcoaching.com. And Tiara, I'd also like, if I could, share a gift, a free gift of the video exercise that I just took you through. And you can get a free copy of that video exercise. And I do explain it from the beginning, and we talked just a little bit about it, about your results. You can get that free video download at www.goldentrailcoaching.com/gift. It's one of the easiest URLs you'll ever remember. It's www.goldentrailcoaching.com/gift. And you can get yourself a free copy of that video. And please feel free to reach out to me on my email if you have any questions. I'm glad to help. And that's the biggest thing I think we all can do, is help one another in this particular time.
And if you guys want to get in contact with me, my contact information, you can call me 910-317-0396. You can email me at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can visit my website, www.mjfinancial.biz. You guys, you can find this episode on Anchor, and you can also find the video for this episode on my YouTube channel. So thank you again, Mr. Ron, for being on the show today. I highly appreciate you.
Tiara, it's been my pleasure.
Well, it was a pleasure having you today. So, all right, you guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.